Welcome everyone to Whimsy Woven Stories. Here, we explore gripping tales of real-life twists. Join our storytelling community.
The first warning sign was the family group chat. It used to be just me, my mom Deborah, my cousin Alex, my aunt Susan, and my sister Ashley. Then suddenly Jennifer showed up. No greetings. No, how are you, or want to come over? Just photo after photo of her latest pottery projects. Every notification stung. They acted like nothing had happened. Like I didn't exist. Eventually, I muted the chat. I couldn't bear watching them shower her with attention while completely ignoring me. 5 days later, I made a decision that changed everything. Alex called me in tears. Everything's falling apart. Please help us. But I was already done. Public service announcement. This is from an anonymous forum account. If anyone I know finds it, so be it. Damage control can come later. For context, Jennifer and I were together for nearly 6 years. And to be fair, I can't put it all on her. I'm not exactly Mr. Sensitive, and my sarcasm? Yeah, it can be a lot. But Jennifer constantly needed validation. She bent over backward to be everyone's favorite. Miss Congeniality 24/7. That might work at dinner parties, but not in a marriage. My family, Deborah, Alex, and Susan especially, adopted her like she was one of their own. Ashley stayed neutral, but at least she acknowledged me. 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, Deborah called me sounding serious, like she was about to break bad news. She said, "You can come, but only if you keep quiet and don't make one of your pathetic scenes." I laughed. Scenes? I haven't even seen you in months. Why am I the problem? Her reply, "You always argue. Jennifer just wants peace." Click. End of call. That's always been her pattern. If she doesn't get her way, she cuts the line. I tried asking Alex for clarity. All I got was a cold, "Do what you want." So I turned to Ashley. She was honest. Mom likes Jennifer because she never complains, always helps in the kitchen, and listens to everyone's problems. You don't tell Mom what she wants to hear. Ashley gently suggested I skip Thanksgiving and give things time to cool off. Days passed. Still nothing. No message. No invitation. No acknowledgement I even existed. Every new notification from the group chat was another Jennifer celebration. Her pies, her garden chats with Susan, her helping Deborah set up her phone. I wasn't mad at Jennifer. She was just doing what she always did. I was furious at my family, for praising her performative kindness and punishing my honesty. Then Thanksgiving came. And that's when I saw the worst. At Thanksgiving, the message couldn't have been clearer. Jennifer was seated at the center of the family table, Deborah holding her hand. Beside them, my chair, empty and pointedly so. It wasn't subtle. That's when it hit me. If my family preferred my ex-wife over me, that was their problem. I wasn't going to play the silent villain in my own life story, so I started a list in my phone. Every time Jennifer took over something that used to be my role, helping with errands, organizing family plans, being the go-to for tech stuff, I wrote it down. Every time Deborah asked her for help. Every time she handled a family issue. I'm not sure what I'll do with the list yet, but tracking it gives me some control. Because I refuse to be erased. I won't be the guy left alone on holidays while my replacement takes my place at the table. If they want the backstabber, fine, they can have her. But not both of us. That's the line. Right now, I don't know my next move. But one thing's clear. I'm done backing down. If anyone out there has advice, I'm open to it. This time, I won't sit back while my family turns me into a joke. Not again. Whatever's coming next, it's probably going to get messy. And honestly, I'm ready for it. Update. After the Thanksgiving mess, I started seeing everything differently. Things I'd brushed off before now made sense, especially once I started scrolling through social media. It wasn't just the holidays. It was everything. Little by little, I had been phased out. Replaced. Alex would text me about random stuff sometimes, but on his stories, there was Jennifer, cooking at Deborah's like she owned the place. Not a guest. Like she lived there. She even has her own mug now. Funny thing is, we didn't even drink coffee together when we were married. I saw a video of her helping Susan set up a new TV. My aunt has her on speed dial now. Every conversation seemed to revolve around how helpful Jennifer is, how great her ideas are. Jennifer this. Jennifer that. It was like I'd never even existed. I finally asked Alex, "What's up with all this?" He just shrugged. "It's no big deal. Jennifer's good with tech. You know how Mom is with remotes." Sure. But after the divorce, Mom never asked me for help again. Then there's the cabin. The upstate property split between Alex, Taylor, and me. I've handled maintenance and bills for years. Never got thanked, but I did it. I let the cabin group chat go silent for a bit, and when I checked back, it was all Jennifer. Planning the summer trip, getting quotes for repairs, suggesting new furniture. I scrolled back. They had a full discussion about the July schedule and never even included me. I'm on the deed and no one asked what I thought. I messaged Alex asking, "What's the deal with the cabin?" His reply? "Jennifer's just helping. Everyone likes her plans better. You're always busy anyway." I called Taylor. She said, Yeah, I tried telling them to include you. But Mom and Susan said things go smoother with Jennifer. You know how it is. Then she added, Mom says you never have time and Jennifer takes care of everything without complaining. I told her, my name is still on the deed. Taylor just sighed. I know. I'm tired of fighting about it. I looked for answers but all I got were excuses. Susan said, Jennifer's a blessing. Be grateful she keeps the family together. Deborah added, if you came around more, maybe things would be different. I reminded her she was the one who told me not to come to Thanksgiving unless I kept quiet, and she immediately changed the subject. According to her, I always make everything about me. The truth? Jennifer makes it easy. She never says no. She shows up with cookies, with gifts, with her endless helpfulness. Same thing she did with my friends. She became the one everyone wanted around. And I really believed my family knew me better than that. Turns out I was wrong. They don't want sincerity. They want comfort. Then came the biggest red flag. My mom used to ask me for help with bills, internet, autopay setups. Everything. Even after the divorce, I still helped. But recently she said Jennifer had it all covered. Alex later let it slip. Jennifer now has full access to Deborah's accounts. Passwords and all. I confronted my mom. Did you seriously give my ex access to your money? They set Jennifer at the center of the family table. Deborah held her hand like she was royalty. My own chair, visibly empty, sat right beside them. An unsubtle message. That's when it hit me. If they preferred my ex-wife over me, that was their choice. But I wasn't going to play the silent villain in my own life. I started keeping a list in my notes app. Every time Jennifer did something that used to be my role. Every time Deborah asked her for help. Every family matter she got involved in without even looping me in. I don't know what I'll do with that list yet. But tracking it? That's power. It's a reminder I won't let them erase me. I won't be the guy who stays home alone while my ex-wife takes my place at the table. If they want her, fine. But they don't get both of us. That's where I draw the line. I'm done backing down. If anyone out there has advice, I'll take it, because I won't be silent while my family turns me into a punchline. What's coming might get messy. Frankly, I'm ready. Update: Thanksgiving was just the start. I began noticing things I'd ignored. Social media filled in the blanks. I wasn't just left out of holidays. Jennifer had replaced me everywhere. Suddenly I was an outsider. And when you're on the outside, you start seeing the signs you used to excuse. Like how Alex would text me trivial stuff, but on his story Jennifer was at Deborah's cooking like she lived there. She has a mug at my mom's now. A mug. We didn't even drink coffee together when we were married. Then there was a video of Jennifer helping Susan hook up a TV. Casual. Comfortable. Permanent. Even my aunt has her on speed dial. Jennifer is just good with tech, Alex said. You know how mom is with remotes. Funny. After the divorce, mom never asked me for help again. Then the final insult, the upstate cabin. Shared between me, Alex, and Taylor. For years, I quietly handled maintenance and bills. No thanks, just obligation. I ignored the cabin group chat for a few days. When I finally checked, Jennifer had taken over, planning summer trips, organizing repairs, giving suggestions like she was a co-owner. Except, I hadn't even been asked if I was available in July. When I texted Alex, his response: Jennifer's helping. Her ideas are better. You're always busy. I called Taylor. She tried to play peacemaker. I told them to include you, but Mom and Susan say things are just easier with Jennifer. You know how it is. Mom says you're never around. Of course Jennifer gets praised. She shows up with cookies, gifts, and that constant helpful grin. That's who they want. Someone agreeable, someone who never challenges them. But it crossed a line when I found out Jennifer had access to Deborah's bank accounts. Passwords. When I asked my mom about it, she said Jennifer was trustworthy. You always see the negative, she snapped. She helps me feel in control. I told her it was a terrible idea. She yelled that if I was so concerned, I should come help myself, but only if I could be nice. I told her I wasn't playing that game anymore. So I started collecting receipts, literal receipts, screenshots, notes. Every time Jennifer took the reins behind my back. I'm not even angry at Jennifer. I'm angry at my family for letting it happen, for pushing me out in favor of someone who never disagrees with them. Then came the cabin documents. Susan messaged me asking for my signature. I asked what for. She sent over a file, payment automation. Jennifer's managing the bills now, apparently. When did she start doing that? I asked. Susan got defensive. She's the only one who actually handles it. You're always late. You don't respond. I reminded her that I've never been late. I always paid my share. She just said, well, Jennifer's taking care of it now. Sign it. I refused. I said I wouldn't sign anything without reviewing it. She flipped, accused me of being dramatic, then slammed the door in my face when I tried to talk in person. Alex texted me, just sign it. Stop making everything so complicated. I looked around and realized, Jennifer is in every group chat, every event, every family email chain. She's everywhere. I even asked Deborah to come talk at the cabin. She replied. Only if you're not going to start an argument. Besides, Jennifer's coming to help me with my taxes. That was the moment I knew. It's over. They've erased me. Not just emotionally, but financially too. Jennifer has stepped into my role with open arms. And they're letting her. I've never fit in with my family. Even before Jennifer, I was the one who questioned things. The one who said this isn't okay when it wasn't. Jennifer. She bakes cookies and keeps quiet. That's what they want. Comfort, not truth. Well, they can have comfort. But not at my expense. Not anymore. So when Susan asked me again to sign something, I didn't just show up. I came prepared. Update, this time I kicked down the door. I texted the old family group chat, the Jennifer-free one. We need to talk about the cabin, the money, and everything else. Ashley replied, I'll come. Just don't scream. Alex tried to dodge it. I don't get involved in drama. I replied, that's exactly why it happens. Susan said Jennifer could handle it. No, I said. This is for people with legal rights. I showed up with printed folders, proof of ownership, payment history, screenshots, everything. I laid it out. Jennifer doesn't own the cabin. She doesn't vote. She doesn't make decisions here. I showed the messages where I was excluded. I showed utility emails. I showed proof of every dime I paid. If you want to change how we manage this, you need my signature. And you're not getting it if you keep treating me like I don't exist. Susan snapped. You're exaggerating. Jennifer just helps because you're never around. I'm not around because you treat me like a burden, not family, I said. Alex muttered, Jennifer just makes things easier. For who? I asked. For those who prefer the fantasy that I never existed? Then Ashley surprised me. Yeah, this is weird. Why does Jennifer get to run everything? Susan fired back. Why do you care? He just complicates things. The room exploded. Voices were raised. Ashley slammed the table. This is our family. Not Jennifer's. This has gone too far. Susan stormed out. Alex tried to follow. I stood in his way. You're not leaving, I told him. He shoved me. Don't touch me. I'm not your therapist. You want to be a grown-up? I said. Then stay when it's hard. I made it clear, if they let Jennifer manage finances, I'd freeze the accounts. I am a co-owner, I said. Try me. Alex scoffed. You wouldn't do that to us. You already did it to me. What's the difference? I'm not disappearing. I'm not going to let them write me out of the story and crown Jennifer the heroine while I'm painted as the bitter ex. My silence is over. They want war? They got it. Then Ashley pulled out her phone and showed messages from a group chat she had with Jennifer, one I didn't even know existed. The texts were filled with things like how I was too confrontational and how it was easier to plan things without me. Ashley said, I didn't want to get involved, but this is insane. I looked at Alex. He just shrugged. It's easier this way, dude. For you, I replied. Not for me. The shouting started again. Then Susan walked back in and said, if you want to complicate things, I'm calling Grandma's lawyer. Let's see how you like that. I said, perfect. I'll send him everything I have. Ashley tried to mediate. We can set some rules. Agree that Jennifer doesn't get a vote. Alex looked at me and asked, what do you want? I want you to stop acting like I'm dead, I said. Like she's your new brother. The air was thick with anger, no tears, just tension. Ashley clearly wanted peace. Alex just wanted out. Susan wanted Jennifer in charge. Me. I just wanted my place back. So I said this. If Jennifer accesses the accounts again, signs anything under my name, or makes one more decision about what's mine, I'm going straight to a lawyer. You want conflict? I'm done playing nice. Alex shot back. Fine. Then let's make everything legal. Ashley stood up. I'm sick of all of you. She slammed the door. Susan stayed seated, not meeting my eyes. You chose this, I told them. You chose her over me. Now you live with it. I stood up. Alex tried to block me, but I pushed past him, grabbed my folder, and walked out without looking back. When I got home, I was still angry, but there was something else. A strange calm. I finally saw things clearly. This wasn't an impulsive reaction. It wasn't a threat. It was a decision. If they wanted to play games with money and property, they were going to learn what happens when someone who reads the fine print stops playing nice. Enough being the helpful one, the accommodating one, the one who always gave in. They can have Jennifer. But what's mine? They'll never touch it. Not now. Not ever. 5 days after the blowout, I still hadn't heard from anyone. No apologies. No calls. Just silence. Except for the same group chats where my name was absent, and Jennifer's was everywhere. I guess they thought I'd disappear. That I'd give up. Let them play happy family with my ex running the show. They were wrong. First, I reviewed every document tied to the cabin. Receipts, deeds, invoices, and the co-ownership agreement my grandmother had drawn up years ago. I made sure every payment, every decision, every signature I'd made was accounted for. The family lawyer had nothing to contest. Apparently, they'd forgotten you can't push out a co-owner without consequences. Next, I called the cabin's management office. I told them to freeze any changes. No reservations, no repairs, no movement, unless I gave explicit written approval. And I made them send that statement to everyone. Then I emailed the family group, attaching the legal notice. No explanations. No requests. Just a warning. If they want access to the cabin, they'll have to deal with me. Jennifer. She has no rights. She's not on the deed. She has no say. Also, I made it clear I was done splitting bills. From now on, every payment goes through the official account, the one I control. I went to the bank and removed my name from anything Jennifer had touched. I asked them to flag the accounts to block unauthorized access. Delivered the written request that same day. Later, Deborah texted me, furious that her online banking wasn't working the way Jennifer had set it up. I responded, "For once in your life, talk to your son, not your ex-daughter-in-law." I also spoke to Ashley. I explained what I was doing and why. I told her, "If you want your share of the cabin, talk to me. Not Susan. Not Jennifer." She simply replied, "I understand. I'm tired too." Soon after, Alex called. Tried to argue, said I was punishing the family for not picking sides. "You did pick sides," I told him. "I'm just making sure you don't pretend otherwise when it comes to money or property." Susan called too, yelling of course. Accused me of betraying the family, said this isn't what Grandma would have wanted. Tried every manipulation in the book. But I didn't flinch. You call it cruel. I call it enforcing the rules. That night I saw her passive-aggressive Facebook post. "Some people never grow up." I actually laughed. Then Jennifer tried to call, for the first time in months. I let it ring. A text came through. "We can talk. This is affecting everyone." Too little. Too late. I didn't respond. She followed up with another message. "I'm just trying to help. Why are you making this so difficult?" I blocked her. The fallout came quickly. 2 days later, Alex started bombarding me with texts. First angry, then resigned. "The cabin trip is ruined. Mom's furious. Susan's blaming everyone. Jennifer won't stop crying. No one knows what to do." He asked me to fix it. I replied, "I warned you. You made your choice. I'm not cleaning up the mess. I'm just making sure I'm not erased from my own life." Then Ashley called again. "Did you really freeze the accounts?" she asked. "Yes." She sighed. "Honestly, I'm relieved." She admitted things had been chaotic for months. Everyone let Jennifer run wild because no one wanted to challenge Mom or Susan. I told her, "If you want things done right, deal with me directly. We'll set up a system, one that doesn't include outsiders managing what's ours." She agreed. That weekend I went for a run and passed Deborah's house. Her car was parked outside. Jennifer's wasn't. Neither was Susan's. I didn't stop. I kept running. Sometimes people need to deal with the fallout of their own decisions. I'm not here to clean up after them. And yeah, maybe someone reading this will think, "Wow, what a jerk." But here's the truth. If you allow people to treat you like you don't matter, they always will. My family wanted convenience. Now they have consequences. Jennifer wanted to take my place. Now she has no place at all. I didn't scream. I didn't threaten. I didn't break any laws. I simply used the rights and facts already in my possession. If they want to erase me, fine. But they won't take what's mine in exchange for my silence. Maybe I burned the bridge, but let's be honest, that bridge was already on fire. I just made sure nobody else could cross it without my permission. I have no clue what the next family gathering will look like. Frankly, I don't care. I've reclaimed my life, and I won't share it with people who rely on guilt, silence, and manipulation to get their way. If you're in a similar position, don't just endure it. Set your boundaries. And if needed, draw the line with a permanent marker. That's all I have to say. Hopefully, someone out there reads this and realizes, you don't owe loyalty to people just because you share their DNA. Sometimes you have to be the villain in their story to finally be the hero in your own.
Thanks for listening. Share your opinion in comment section and also do like and subscribe to the channel.